Welcome to another deep dive where we like to really get into the nitty-gritty of a topic.
Yeah, dig deep.
Today, it's a bit different.
A little bit.
We're looking at this analysis. It's called
Yeah.
Oper, and it breaks down this famous Japanese poem,
Okay.
Ameni mo makezu.
Right. Unbeaten by the rain.
Yeah, exactly. But this analysis claims there's like hidden meanings, deeper stuff.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, every word in a poem like that, it's a choice. It's all deliberate.
So we got to figure out why those choices, right?
Exactly. Like, what's the structure doing? What are the themes, really? Even, like, how it reflects on the society back then,
Okay, so we're like literary detectives here.
Yeah, a bit.
I can dig that.
Yeah.
But before we go full Sherlock, maybe some context for folks who aren't, Japanese poetry experts.
Right. So, Kenji Miyazawa, the poet, he was all about nature, compassion, social issues, you name it. Ame ni mo makizu. It's like his masterpiece.
Okay, like his hit single.
Exactly. And it basically portrays this person trying to, like, find inner peace, be resilient, always helping others out.
So not just getting by, but like thriving.
Yeah, and helping others thrive too.
Wow. Does the poem actually like tell you how to do that?
Well, not like a manual or anything, but this analysis breaks it down into 4 parts, endurance, compassion, sense of self, and then like social commentary.
Okay, that's a lot to unpack. And they talk about like Buddhism being woven in there too, right?
Oh yeah, big time. It mentions all these Buddhist figures like the Bodhisattva of infinite practice, even the Lotus Sutra.
Hold on. Before we get too academic here, can we hear a little of the poem itself? You got me curious.
Of course. It wouldn't be a deep dive without getting into the actual words, right?
Right.
So it starts off with the lines like, not losing to the rain, not getting angry,
Yeah.
always smiling quietly.
Okay, that's pretty intense right off the bat.
Right.
Like, we complain if our wifey's down for a minute.
Totally.
But this person's like unfazed by anything,
Yeah. And the thing is, the analysis says it's not just about dealing with bad weather, right? It's about accepting all of life's challenges, the good, the bad, all part of the natural order.
Okay, so it's a big picture thing.
Yeah.
But hold on, how does that connect to compassion then? Is it just like grin and bear it while you help everyone else?
No, it's not about being a pushover. The poem, it gives you these really vivid examples, like helping a sick child, helping a tired mother, even like comforting someone who's dying.
Wow, so it's like actively getting involved in the world's suffering?
Yeah, it's not shying away from it.
But how does that square with like finding inner peace? Seems kind of contradictory.
That's where it gets really interesting. The analysis suggests those acts of compassion, they aren't burdens for this person in the poem. It's like their inner peace, it fuels their compassion.
Whoa. So it's like their strength comes from their compassion.
That's the idea.
That's kind of mind-blowing, right?
Yeah. And it doesn't stop there. It's not just about helping others. There's this whole strong sense of self in the poem, too. Like being true to yourself.
Okay, now I'm really intrigued. How does it do that?
Well, there are these lines like, everyone calls me a blockhead, and not praised, not blamed.
Blockhead, not exactly a compliment, is it?
Right.
Sounds like someone needs some social skills training.
Maybe, but the analysis says it's about like wanting freedom, freedom from what society expects.
Like not caring if everyone likes you.
Exactly. You
Yeah.
define your own worth, basically.
Wow. So is the poem like low-key rebellious then?
You could say that, going against the grain.
Mm-hmm.
Because, today, with all the social media and everything, it's tough to just be yourself.
It is. And that's what we're going to be getting into next. Like, how does this poem, written almost 100 years ago, speak to us now?
All right, you've hooked me. Let's
Yeah.
keep diving in. It really makes you think, doesn't it? Like this poem from, almost 100 years ago. And it still hits on something we all struggle with.
Trying to be ourselves when everyone's got an opinion, right?
Exactly. And the analysis, it points out something cool, like Ameni mo makezu doesn't pretend it's easy.
Right.
It's not saying be resilient, compassionate, know yourself, and everything's perfect.
Yeah, that'd be a little too simple.
Totally.
Yeah.
Like it knows living by those ideals, it's tough, especially when the world doesn't always value that stuff.
So it's like hopeful, but realistic.
Yeah. Kind of a stay positive, but watch your step vibe.
Love that analogy.
And the way the poem's structured, it's all about that too.
Like a roadmap. Okay, lay it on me.
So first you get those images, enduring hardship, right? Rain, wind, snow. It's like establishing this character's toughness right away.
Gotta build that foundation, right?
Exactly. But then, and this is where the analysis gets good, It shifts to these really specific everyday details.
Be what?
Like what the speaker eats, brown rice, miso, vegetables.
Hold up. Are we reading a grocery list now?
I know, right? But that's what's so cool. It brings the poem down to earth, you know?
It keeps it real.
Yeah. This isn't some superhuman floating above it all. They get hungry, tired, just like us.
Relatable. I like it.
And it makes those acts of compassion even more powerful.
Because they're coming from someone in the thick of it, right?
Exactly. It's not just some lofty ideal, but
Right.
someone living it out day by day.
Okay, that's really hitting home now.
And that's the poem's magic, I think. It's about engaging with the world's messiness, not escaping it, but doing it from a place of strength and compassion.
Oh, and eating your veggies.
Right. Gotta stay grounded.
Exactly. But hey, remember the whole blockhead thing from earlier?
Oh yeah, how do we go from resilience to that?
Well, that's the social commentary part, and it gets deep. Those lines, everyone calls me a blockhead, not praised, not blamed, they're bold, especially for Japan, you know.
Where fitting in's a big deal.
Huge. So is being a blockhead, like, rejecting all that?
Not playing by the rules. The analysis goes even further. It's about breaking free from needing everyone's approval.
Like, you decide what you're worth.
Exactly.
Wow, so the poem's kind of like subversive, quietly challenging the whole system.
Exactly. And that's why it still matters today, because we're constantly told what success is, who to be.
Oh, tell me about it. Social media is like that 24/7.
Right, but this blockhead, they're like, nah, I'm good. I'll find my own way.
Powerful stuff. So it's a good thing to be a blockhead then.
Well, maybe not the word itself, but that attitude, you know, it's like a badge of honor. Rejecting the usual success stuff and saying, my strength's different. It's about inner peace, helping others, not needing the applause.
You're like, go ahead, call me names. I'm busy making a difference.
Right. And there's more. The analysis points out the poem doesn't stop there. It ends with these Buddhist invocations.
Wait, what? Buddhism now. My brain's doing backflips. But seriously, how does that fit in?
Well, we talked about those Buddhist themes woven throughout, right? This is like bringing them front and center, connecting inner strength, selflessness, all that, to something bigger.
So it's not just being a good person. There's this whole spiritual side too.
Right. And it reminds us, this was written almost a century ago. Japan was going through a lot back then.
So it wasn't just personal, but like reflecting the times too. A call for a better society.
Exactly. And that's what makes it timeless. It's about these human values that go beyond any specific time or place.
Wow, okay. So if this poem's all about inner peace, helping others, why is it called Unbeaten by the Rain? What's rain got to do with it?
Great question. And the perfect way to wrap up our thoughts on this amazing piece, think about what rain symbolizes, you know?
Well, it can be good, it can be bad, it nourishes, but it can also cause floods. It's powerful, but we can't control it.
Exactly. Maybe that's the whole point.
Oh.
Ame ni mo makizu isn't just about literal rain, but about life itself. Weathering the storms inside and out while holding on to that inner strength, that compassion.
Like saying, bring on the rain, I'm ready. So like, it's not just about toughing out bad weather, but toughing out, well, anything life throws at you.
Yeah. It's about having that unbeaten spirit.
Yeah.
So you don't just survive, you thrive, and you bring others along with you.
It's a pretty tall order though, isn't it?
It is.
But one thing I'm noticing, Amini mo Makedzu, it doesn't give you like a step-by-step plan.
Right. It's not some self-help book.
Yeah, and that's kind of cool, I think. It's like it makes you think for yourself.
Exactly. It's asking more questions than it answers. You know?
Yeah, it makes you figure out what resilience, compassion, all that really means for you.
Yeah, like Miyazawa gives you the ingredients, but you got to make your own recipe.
Okay, I like that. But how does a poem this old, from a totally different culture, still relate to us now?
Well, think about the stuff it deals with. Searching for meaning, pressure to fit in, wanting to make a difference. That's universal, right?
Yeah, we all feel that.
It's not just about one time or place. It's about being human.
So Miyazawa, he like tapped into something deeper, something we all share.
That's the power of poetry, right? Connecting us across time and space.
It's kind of amazing. Just a few words and they can hit you so hard.
It can.
So for those of us feeling a little beaten down by life's rain right now, what's the main thing to take away from Amini mo Makedzu?
I'd say it's this. Even when things are rough, you always have a choice. You can choose to be kind. You can choose to build that inner strength.
And choose to make things better, even if it's just a little bit.
Exactly. Even if people call you a blockhead for it.
Wait, so should we all be aiming for blockhead status now?
Well, maybe not the label itself, but that spirit. Definitely.
That fearless, go-your-own-way spirit.
Right.
This has been an incredible deep dive, really thought-provoking.
It has.
I don't know about you folks listening, but I'm feeling ready to face whatever rain comes my way with, a little more resilience, a little more purpose.
And remember, even if it's tough, even if you make mistakes along the way, hold on to that kindness, that strength inside you.
Who knows? Maybe we can all change the world one blockheaded act of kindness at a time.
Maybe we can.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive, and be sure to check out the full poem, Amani Momakedzi, yourself. It's worth it.
It is.